Hello YouTube, Infinite Magicraid community, Gandalf here. We got another exciting week ahead of us with lots of events, starting off with the Unbridled Joy because International Children's Day is just around the corner. So that is June 1st for all of the children to celebrate, and for all of us adults who still have a little bit of kid in them, that is a day for us to celebrate. And on this event, we got lots of different events we can do. So here, make sure you do these quests. We often forget about it. And of course, there's the Epic Eye for all the free to play to get. The good deal is the same as usual, so nothing much to be said there. Then we have the holiday sign-in, so make sure you don't forget to sign in. Freebies around for everybody. Now, Sweet Candy is a little bit tricky compared to other events. I think it's pretty straightforward. I mean, this time around, just be very careful when you buy it. If you do plan to go for it, you need $106. So get this one, and then this one, and this one. So 1, 5, 100. Don't mistake yourself for the other ones. That's really if you want a second copy. When you get here, you get a choice box. You can see Nicholas is now added to the box for limited heroes, but unfortunately the latest Griffin is not added to the Spirit Beast chest yet. Now, as you draw, you do have a very small chance of getting it. So I already went ahead and did my draw, and you can see my history. I was not lucky, but with a 10, you have some chance of getting this particular coin, which then can be used again to draw. So here, 10% chance of getting the coin, but then there's a 5% chance of getting either, if you choose to go for the hero box, there's a 5% chance there, or you can go for the Spirit Beast chest. So as a free to play, let me know, right? There should be probably like a 1 in 20 chance for you to get it. I hope some of my viewers do get it. I know there are games that are like rigging the probability. It's not really 5%. It just, as you draw more with increasing pity, so the average is still 5%, so they're not technically lying, but they drastically reduce the chance on the very first draw just so that they don't give out too many of the free copies. But let me know if you have it. I've played other games where, they put a percentage there, but it's actually not statistically valid. That's the Unbridled Joy event on the Wish banner that's coming up in a couple of days. So we're going to have double legendary events, so you can look forward to that. Make sure you're ready to summon. And on this banner, we got quite a few solid heroes. First off, we have Morcus. So Morcus has the brand new attribute steel tag added, so that's going to be great synergy. Fashion is next on the list, and Fashion is still used in a lot of the teams for internal injury. We also have Moshi. So Moshi is really great for players who are starting out in campaign. She absolutely destroys campaign, and you can get copies of her relatively cheap. Now, Thanatos is also added, and Thanatos actually has the HP deduction. So you could use him to fulfill the HP deduction. He can be built very tanky with a slow ramp up, as he can, gain self crit and crit damage into 6 layers each time he casts this skill, but it will take a while for him to ramp up. So I don't know how practical is it to use him in PvP. And finally, the last hero we'll get is a hidden wave over here, Ether. She's okay. She will help you with Faction Abyss, and other than that, I don't see any other places where she could be viable. Maybe mid-game PvP when you're still rounding out your heroes. All right, so that is the summoning banner coming up this week. And lastly, I want to take a moment to talk a little bit about the boss. And here you can see it's very similar to a lot of the others times when we had this running. You have the event overall in terms of your ranking, your guild contribution towards having, bragging rights for your guild to be ranked overall top. And of course, contribution. You can see who's contributing, who still hasn't hit yet in your guild. Of course, there's a little delay, so don't go start yelling at people just because you don't see their name there yet. You can see we only have 5 so far, but like they even said, there might be a delay. So don't yell at your guildmates, even though they hit already. All right. So here, I want to take a quick moment to show you a couple of teams. I would say This last team probably needs just a little bit of tweaking, but it's viable. Don't underestimate the standard HP burn team. That actually does relatively well, even though they say that. Let's see. So we go into battle test. You can see the boss actually on basic attack, right, will reduce 50% of the enemy's max HP, and then prevent block cleanse. You can actually get rid of that very quickly, and of course with a lot of HP increase, it actually kind of offsets it a little bit, so it's not that big of a deal. The boss has a chance to reduce your own speed. So again, making sure you have a cleanse on your team is really important. So that will actually help you a lot. You can, I'm pretty sure, like if we actually test, right, you can slow down the enemy boss here. Let me just show you we'll show a little bit of the actual fight, because it feels like HP burn wouldn't work, but let's just show this team and see how well it actually does and how it plays out. I do believe, for a lot of the player, if you have a little jack, you can definitely use that. But definitely, the most solid boss teams will be helpful for sure. So let's see if Santa can actually slow down the boss by applying a slowdown to it. And you can see right there, right? You can slow the boss. Once you slow the boss, it will come down to 1380 speed, and that will make your life a lot easier. The boss will have the ability to slow me down, so you can see next turn the boss will apply slow. But when I apply speed up, actually, you can have both speed up and speed down defense, so it kind of offsets it. But very few turns, because how well you cycle, you can get rid of that debuff pretty quickly. And when the enemy is applying that basic attack, it only hits one of your allies. Yes, you can't cleanse off of it, but because you cycle so well, you can see how quickly your HP reduction debuff is falling off of Aerotol already. So really not that big deal. It's only to a single enemy, and you're not even going to be. Yeah, it's not even going to be, every single turn, right? So you definitely can do very well with this team, and you can see I got, a very solid score out of that. I'll also quickly take a moment to just quickly show you Week's team. If you happen to be a whale, like, you could try to copy some of his teams. What really caught me off guard, well, this wasn't a surprise in terms of how well Bleed does right now, because we know Vasily is very broken damage-wise, and recently there was a box for you to get Oliver, so you can run a very solid Bleed team in here. Valentina is great for increasing bleed damage and giving everybody an attack up as well. But over here, I was really surprised at how well this team did. I actually switched Blaze for Jocelyn, but if you can do really well with Blaze instead, go for it. And then you can free up Jocelyn and use Jocelyn potentially in this setup. I was just really impressed at how much his Eins hit. My Eins isn't built that well, so I guess I can't use Eins as a main DPS. I still used Jingle Bell as a main DPS, and I did okay, maybe half of his damage with that kind of a setup. So anyways, I hope this video has been really helpful for you to give you a quick overview of the event. Don't miss out. There's a lot of rewards over here, and make sure you participate every day, because I do believe that if you're looking at your individual event ranking, your individual rankings, your pool is actually really small. So you can see the people I'm up against, like they're relatively new, surprisingly. So you can definitely, the pool is so wide. As long as you participate and you're a solid player, been playing for a while, you might have a very good chance of getting good individual rewards out of it. All right, that's all for today, and I'll see you later this week. Gandalf out.